All right, I'm actually at the doctor's office here, getting ready to go in. It is exactly 1 week after having the meniscus surgery. 1 week ago, right now, I was laying on a bed waiting for my turn to have surgery. And I must say that I'm actually pleasantly surprised at my recovery. The therapist was actually amazed. She couldn't believe that the surgery was last week. Um, there's no swelling. It's kind of almost funny because my wife's like, "Did you have liposuction? Because your knee looks thinner." And I'm thus far able to do some things that I couldn't really do before, and that's like lean on the leg, which is bizarre. I started doing the exercises that the therapist gave me. She said part of my problem is I pronate really bad, which means my feet turn in, and that's putting more stress on the inside of the knees. And so I have these toe raises and basically arch raising exercises that'll help with pronation. As well as she said that my hip muscles are strong, but they're not firing the correct way, and that may be because I've been walking for so long with this knee being messed up. In fact, I believe, and I want to ask the doctor if it's possible I've had this torn meniscus for a long time, and I just acerbated it. I think that's the right word. Made it worse when I slipped that time. That maybe it was already torn, and that's why it always felt like I was dragging it. So let's go in and see the doctor. All right, so I'm beginning to wonder what's wrong with me because I thought my appointment was 1:40, but it was actually 11. But they're going to try and fit me in. So here's the knee. This is 1 week after surgery. I know it's ugly, but it was ugly well before surgery. And I actually have more movement, more range of motion with this knee than with this knee. This is the one that has no ACL in it. So we'll see. We'll find out exactly what was wrong with it from the doctor.
Okay,
There is the hour. Dr. Thompson, how are we doing?
I'm doing fine. How about you, more importantly? Not bad?
One leg?
Oh, okay.
So, what did you find when you got in there?
Pretty nice. You want to see the pictures? You got the video,
I got
right?
I got the pictures. There was no video.
There's no video?
No video, only pictures.
It seemed like it was recording, but I wasn't sure. And
I was hoping. I was like, yeah, can I see some of like my cartilage flying and all?
I hit record and it said recording.
It's just blank.
Oh man.
That's okay.
Dang it. I was disappointed too. Like the rep whose equipment it was, I called him and I was like, this is straightforward, right? Like I just hit record and I'll record, then I can save it to the memory stick. He's like, yeah, it's very straightforward.
Okay.
And,
yeah, maybe next time.
Anyway, yeah, I was disappointed. I was like, crap. So yes, I have hard copies of some of the pictures too. But yes, you had a nice shredded meniscus.
Okay.
And so
Shredded.
Yes. So
Okay.
getting rid of the flapping portions of this shredded meniscus then should make you feel much better.
Okay. Can I ask a dumb question?
Yeah.
Back in 2004, I was playing volleyball in the sand, and having visions of grandeur, going crazy.
Yeah.
From that point on, my leg always felt like I was dragging it. Is it possible I've been going around for about the last 16, 17 years with a partially torn one and I just made it worse?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Do you remember a good injury back then?
Oh, I did. I remember from playing volleyball because
Okay.
it was, it was a company picnic of my wife's, and we were playing in the sand, volleyball. And I remember after that point, it was just like I always felt like I was dragging my leg, like I had a rubber band that was pulling it back. But it just got a whole lot worse from when I slipped the last time.
Yeah, I bet that's the thing is I think you've been living with it and like maybe tearing a little more here and there, and then suddenly you got over the hump of I just can't deal with this anymore.
The strangest thing for me is, and I guess this is why this one is so bad, is yesterday morning, I was just standing there and I leaned on it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been able to lean on this in 20 years.
Wow.
And my wife is looking at me like, what are you standing there like that for? Stupid. Okay. And I'm like, you don't understand. I'm leaning on this leg. And she's like, yeah. And it's like, I haven't been able to do that before.
I bet you're right. I bet you just sort of, I mean, considering how bad this is, like, and how you tolerate this. I think that you've been tolerating quite a bit there as well.
Okay.
And it just, you got past the limit. Yeah, you're not swollen. Your motion is great.
It never swelled up at all. The therapist, she had to double check on the date because she didn't believe that I had surgery last week. There's more range of motion in this leg than the other leg.
Wow.
So I got to 128. This is like 121.
Wow, superstar. And your skin is like leather. My nurse practitioner who puts your stitches in, she's like, man, that skin is hard. But given what it's been through, like,
okay.
She's like, that skin is hard.
Are
It's
the,
like I felt like I was bending the needle, getting the needle.
Are the stitches dissolvable or?
Nope, those come out right now.
Okay, so we're gonna take out the stitches. Okay,
Yeah.
cool beans. Pain wise, I was in La La Land after the surgery.
Yeah.
And I remember doing a video and walking around. I was like, oh, this is nothing. And I didn't take any pain meds that night. And the next morning, it kind of, they finally wore off and it was kind of painful. So I took the hydrocodone, a couple of those. But after that, it just kind of eased away to the point where I could just kind of walk around without any problems with it.
Be sensible though. Like every knee has a limit. And so it sounds like you're operating within the limits of what it is okay doing. If you go out for an extra long walk, you may find like, ooh, this is kind of sore.
Yeah, I guess going to the therapist's office and going to the wrong building, then going to the right building, I was kind of fatigued, and then she kind of had us doing a bunch of band exercises and movement and stuff and things. But for the most part, it actually feels pretty good.
And what you can handle today is very different than what you'll be able to handle next week and the week after that. Like it gets better and better. So, but just sort of realize you are human. Although you seem pretty, superhuman with your rehab.
Okay. Well, you're saying that I might need to get a shot of cortisone in a month?
Yeah.
Should I be feeling more pain in it than I am?
I'm not necessarily.
Or are you just that good?
No, I'm not good. No, you're and I think it's a combination. Like, I have another guy who has a really good pain tolerance, and like, he has gotten through 2 knee replacements and taken like little or no narcotics.
Yeah, I think I took 2 pills.
Yeah, it's incredible. Like, and he's done great. Like the rehab, like motion comes back. Like other people complain and it's difficult, and some people, they're tough.
Okay, it was shredded.
Shredded.
So did the whole thing come out, or you just
the flapping part? So like kind of back in here, this portion of the meniscus in the back part was sort of shredded into little pieces, and so I nibbled it out with a biter, and then a shaver that sucked out the loose pieces. So what you have left is a smaller portion of meniscus, but what's there is not flapping around anymore.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna
Next
let
time
you.
I see you, I'm gonna show you your pictures.
I'll let you do your thing because I know I messed up. I was supposed to be here at 11 o'clock. I thought it was 11:40, so forgive me.
Yeah, totally fine. There was somebody else who had an emergency who got double booked at the same time, so it was perfect. I'm glad you didn't show up then.
Okay. Shit happens for a reason. Okay.
So, yeah, we'll get stitches out. We should see each other in a month, and then kind of see. If you need a shot, you can get one then.
Okay.
If you don't, then you get a pat on the back.
All right.
Yeah. But keep up the good work.
The therapist asked, are there any restrictions?
Nada.
And she was like, where's your knee brace? I was like, I didn't get one.
You don't need one.
The only other thing that was kind of strange was, and I worried because it felt like my knee was unstable before the surgery, but it doesn't feel like it's unstable anymore.
Yeah, that's just you catching that shredded meniscus awkwardly, and it almost kind of gives out.
Yeah.
It's like a reflex. It's not that your knee is really unstable. It's just more like your brain is saying, ooh, that's uncomfortable. Don't do that. Like, it release, tells the muscles to, like, give out.
Wow.
And so, like, once you don't feel that sensation anymore, it kind of works better.
Cool beans.
Yeah, no, you look awesome. All right, keep up the good work. Let me go find somebody with some sharp scissors. Just a sec.
Shredded. I had a shredded meniscus. He didn't say tore. He said shredded. Wow. Okay, so we'll get these stitches out, and we're on our way. It's like, your knee hasn't looked that thin in forever.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. So you should keep the incisions covered for a week.
Okay.
Like with a bit, I'll put something on it, but ooh, this chair's older than I thought.
You want them down or up?
You want to put it up on here? Done.
That's it?
That's it. Just those two.
Man, when I had the stitches taken out from this, it was like fishing line.
Oh.
And there was, oh, it was murder.
I bet that was not fun.
Man, okay. Yeah. Heck, I could have done that.
Don't tell him that. I might be out of a job.
No, he did a great job on it.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I'm done. Wow. So, I guess that explains the difference of why my knee feels so much better. Is maybe it actually hurts, but it hurts so much less than it used to that it doesn't actually feel like pain. But to hear the doctor say that I had a shredded meniscus and now it's a lot smaller is kind of crazy. But the range of movement is night and day different. I couldn't lean. I could not put weight and lean on that side. And I know I still walk with a bit of a limp, and I think some of that is because I've been walking that way for so long that I've got to relearn how to walk again. Right, and still, I still feel it from where it was worked on. When I bend it back all the way, you can kind of feel it more so. And when you're completely locked out, you kind of feel where it was worked on. But it's more of pressure than it is pain. So I'm ecstatic about at least the recovery so far. I did not expect to be this far along one weekend, so you know, this bodes well for getting back onto the red brick house and getting back down here and getting this other floor put down. Definitely need to get some really good knee pads. Definitely need to do that. And I'm going to keep doing the therapy and try and make the legs as strong as possible, because in essence, I don't have an ACL in the other leg. It's all the other the muscles and the tendons and everything else that's taking the place of the ACL. And so maybe as I'm able to do more on the right leg, that'll take some pressure off the left one and maybe give me a little bit more time to make it to 60 before that knee joint replacement. Hope you all are having a great hump day, and I will see you guys later on. You know what they always say, you can't keep a good man down. And I'm going to keep on trying to keep from being held down. See you soon.